The cloud meets a lot of agency needs. It's flexible and scalable, it's the ideal foundation for supporting remote employees, and agencies are relying on the cloud for some workloads, but change is slow. 81% of government systems still run on premises, and 74% of agencies hold onto outdated data centers longer than they should. Windows workloads, and Microsoft SQL Server workloads in particular, tend to remain on premises. That means agencies are missing out on a lot of benefits that the cloud provides. One is lower costs. Labor costs for hardware installation and maintenance drive up the costs of on-premise data centers. Those costs don't exist with cloud workloads. And as some cloud providers make their operations more efficient, they can and do lower the price for customers. The cloud also reduces complexity compared to on-premise operations. Not to mention its flexibility lets you modernize on your own timeline. So where do you start your migration and realize those benefits? The first step is picking the right platform. One approach is to compare the cost per 1 billion transactions per month. Data shows that 57% of Windows workloads in the public cloud run on AWS, with half of the global Windows installation base moving to the cloud. Total cost of ownership, or TCO, is also key. When measuring TCO on a Windows to cloud migration, consider more than the sticker price. Some cloud services provide a scaled-back interface with limited menu items. It's like driving a minivan in the Daytona 500. There's not enough oomph to do what you need. With SQL Server on AWS, all features are available, making it a much more familiar administrative experience that can get you up to speed. Maybe you're new to the whole migration process. You're embarking on a cloud project under pressure to reduce costs and modernize. You need to refresh your equipment and you need more SQL capacity, or you're simply consolidating data centers. Or maybe you've already migrated some services to the cloud, but not yet databases, or not the Microsoft infrastructure. You're operating mostly on-prem, but want to continue moving certain workloads to the cloud, and your SQL on-prem costs are very high.
Customers are moving Microsoft Windows Server and SQL Server workloads to AWS because they want to improve the performance and reliability of their SQL infrastructure, and because they want to optimize their total cost of ownership, or TCO, for their Microsoft workloads. The key reasons customers choose AWS include our breadth and depth of service offerings, reliability, performance, lower TCO, and migration experience. An extensive compute selection, coupled with best-in-class storage and network features, allows AWS to deliver nearly 2 times better performance and up to 40% better price performance for SQL Server workloads over the next leading provider.
Microsoft SQL is a top business application in Microsoft environments and is relatively easy to migrate. The lift and shift method is the fastest and easiest way to migrate to AWS. Similar to a construction crane meant for the virtual world, your SQL install is essentially lifted from your environment and shifted to the AWS environment. You may choose to go another route eventually, such as a complete refactoring with cloud-native services, but a lift and shift is a great way to begin. When you're ready to make the move, you have 2 ways to deploy workloads: managed or self-managed. With the managed option, Amazon RDS manages everything: hardware setup, software patching, auto-scaled storage, and automated backups. With a self-managed deployment, you work with Amazon EC2 and Amazon EBS to do a direct lift and shift. Another self-managed option involves Amazon EC2 and Amazon FSx for Windows File Server. This approach requires SQL standard licenses for only 2 nodes, which is ideal for specific projects or small agencies. To begin preparing for a migration, sign up for Project OLA, which is short for Optimization and Licensing Assessment. Why? An OLA assessment is complimentary and no cost to the customer. It answers common questions associated with a move to the cloud, such as what, when, and how much. 95% of customers don't know what is in their environment. It will improve the likelihood of success the first time, even if your migration is on an accelerated schedule. OLA helps to right-size and optimize Windows workloads on AWS. On average, right-sizing on AWS alone results in 36% cost savings. There's a lot to consider when making the business case for migrating on-prem Microsoft SQL workloads to the cloud, but it's a worthy case to make. Migrating to the cloud can lower your costs, reduce SQL management complexity, and bring you closer to your modernization goals.